What is up, guys? So we climbed to Masters in 6 months. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. And what we're going to go over in this video is the 3 simple steps that I used to climb to Masters in 6 months. And you can use these steps to climb to any rank in League of Legends. And I'm going to save the most important step for last for good reason. So, we're going to talk about how I went from gold in the promos of Split 1 early in the year all the way to Masters and over the course of one rank reset into Split 2. So, without further ado, let's hop right into the first tip. So, the first thing that you're going to need in order to climb to the rank you want to climb to is you are going to need a plan. And when I say a plan, I mean a schedule. You have to have a schedule and you have to follow it, and it's got to have not just time to play, but time to improve built in. And what that means is that your schedule is going to consist of how many days are you going to play a week, how many games are you trying to play a week, how many ranked games. So in my case, I was trying to play anywhere from 3 to 6 ranked games a week minimum. So I could play more if I felt like it, but I needed to make sure that I was playing 3 to 6 ranked games a week minimum. I wanted to make sure that I was playing at least 1 game or 2 games on Wednesdays, and I wanted to make sure that I was playing at least 3 games on Saturdays and Fridays normally. So that was my schedule. Now, the other thing is, okay, well, there's a lot of gaps in there, right? What were you doing on Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays, right? You have to start doing VOD reviews in your schedule. You need to start looking at better players, doing VOD reviews with them. If you get a coach, it can be super, super helpful. I recommend coaching. I coach. I got 2 coaching sessions during this climb for my own, education, because there are certain things that another set of eyes that are trained will be able to help you understand and learn that you may not see on your own, right? So the schedule needs to include time to play, and the schedule needs to include, second, time to improve. Now, once you've identified the areas to improve, that time to play becomes very important, because if you're not feeling up to ranked at the moment, you can always go into norms and you can work on things like, oh, I have trouble last hitting, so I need to go and I need to work on last hitting. This week I'm going to focus only on last hitting, right? And you have a very specific focus. So that leads into our second point. When we're looking at those areas to improve, you have to train with intent. When you look at professional athletes and they're trying to run a mile, they train to run a mile. When they're trying to be the best quarterback, they train to throw a football, right? In League of Legends, it is the same. If you want to climb to a higher rank, you have to train with intent. You have to intentionally play to get your deaths lower. You have to intentionally play to get your CS higher. You need to intentionally play to take better trades, to roam at the right times, to reset at the right times, to spend your gold optimally, right? To use your abilities optimally, to position optimally, right? To work with your teammates optimally, to ignore your teammates optimally, right? These are all points of the game and aspects of the game where improvement can be made, but the improvement only happens when it's done with intent. And the reason why intent is so important here, guys, is because at the end of the day, when you're playing League, you're gonna become a better player the more that you can manage mentally. And to manage things mentally, you can't always think of 20, 30 things at once unless 20 of those things, or 25 of those things, or even 10 of those things are habitual, right? If you're not to the point with a certain champion where you can just do your combos, you don't have to think about it, right? It's going to impact your ability to climb. If you're not to a certain point where you can look at the minimap and track immediately who's missing and who's a threat, that's going to take time to build up that habit. If you're not to a point where you can identify, do I win this matchup? Do I not win this matchup? When should I ward? Should I be resetting? And these have to be immediate decisions, because League at its core is a strategy game, but it's also a game of seconds. It is terrible when you're not in the right place at the right time, and it can completely ruin everything. So tip number 1 is going to be, just to recap, that you gotta have a schedule. You gotta have a schedule and you gotta be committed. If you're gonna be in top 1% of anything, you have to commit to a schedule and you've gotta stick to it. Whether your LP is going up or down, you will improve, and then over time it'll go up. Number 2 is that you have to train with intent. When you're going through VOD reviews, don't look at anything that your teammates are doing, okay? It's all about you. It's got to be focused on you, focused on the concepts you're trying to improve, focus on the things that you want to get better at. Maybe it's not dying as much, maybe it's having better CS, maybe it's having better resets, maybe it's, not getting ganked, maybe it's doing better ganks, maybe it's having a faster clear. Whatever it is, train with intent. Okay, so the third and final point to this video, which may end up being kind of the most lengthy and is probably going to ruffle a lot of feathers, which is why I saved it for last. The biggest aspect that will help you climb if you've got a schedule and you're doing training and everything else, neither one of those are going to matter if you don't accept the fact that you are the problem, okay? You are at the rank you are at because that is where the system thinks you belong. And if you played like a challenger player, the system would not think that you belong in bronze or gold or silver, okay? It is just a harsh truth to swallow that you are your own problem. And that's how you have to focus on this game. You cannot change what jungler you're going to get. You can't control if you have AFKs, if you have smurfs, if the enemy has smurfs, if people are throwing. You can't control any of it. You can't control if people are griefing you. And this is coming from someone who constantly for 10 years climbed from bronze, silver to gold, right? For 10 years I went bronze, silver, gold, bronze, silver, gold. So I have 10 years of that ranked experience, right? It wasn't until the last year that I decided, you know what, I want to do a serious climb and I want to see how high I can go, right? So it's only been the last year where I've played Emerald, Plat, Masters, Diamond, and I can tell you that you will see the same exact kind of immaturity and the same kind of emotional volatility in those ranks that you see in the lower ranks, okay? So it's not like as you climb, you just immediately get better teammates. You might get some people that are better at the game, but people's personalities are people's personalities, okay? So what you have to focus on is your gameplay. Are you getting tilted? Are you griefing? Are you typing too much to your teammates or at all to your teammates? I mean, let's face the facts. If you're in silver, bronze, and gold, I don't think your essay is going to make a difference on if you win or lose the game. Chances are it's not. Like, if we're just being honest with each other here. So what you have to focus on is, did I play well this game? Could I have played better this game? Can I play better next game? Where were my areas of opportunity? Am I making the same mistakes over and over again? And once you've identified these things, and you've taken a look and realized, like, okay, I have a schedule, number one. Number two, I'm constantly looking for areas to improve, and I'm playing with the intent to get better and improve those areas. And number three, I recognize that I can only control my gameplay and my champion, and I can't control anything the other 9 people are doing in this game. I can only plan for it and react to it. You'll start climbing. I guarantee you will start climbing. Now, we could get into the nuance of, maybe you need to be working on your weak side, strong side play, or, if you're at this rank, you need to be working on your CSing, or, if you're at this rank, you need to be working on your warding. At the end of the day, if you apply these 3 concepts and these 3 tips over a period of time of 500 games, 1,000 games, 600, 700 games, 200 games, and you're genuinely looking at every game for areas of opportunity, you will find those things if you are going through coaching content, if you're going through educational content, and you will start identifying them in your own gameplay, because you'll start watching back your own gameplay, or in the moment in your own gameplay, you'll start asking the question, why did I do that? What was I thinking? That doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot, right? And not in a bad way, but simply in a way where we're positioning ourselves to start improving at the game. Now, I'm going to be opening up coaching soon. I'm very, very excited about that. Now that I've achieved Masters, I feel comfortable kind of teaching. So I will be teaching all the way up to Diamond in top lane. And then if you are interested in any other coaching, I'm probably going to be coaching Emerald or Plat and below for all other roles. Probably Plat and below to start out. Emerald may not be there just yet. For some positions, I would feel comfortable maybe teaching mid or jungle there. but we're not going to go into support or AD carry into Emerald because I have not climbed that high on those rules specifically in um, ranked. So super excited about this. Super excited about opening up the coaching. Thank you guys for all of the support. I hope these tips helped. And I will see you guys in the next one.